So the things you're going to start off with, of course, is braiding hair. I'm going to be using the free truss, free stretched hair. This is what it looks like. So take a screenshot, whatever. Yeah. And I always get the 3 times. And most of the time you only need 2. Wait, this is 4 times. So the mega pack, most of the time you'll only need 2 packs of this 4-pack hair. You're going to want to use a rat tail comb, a pretty sharp one. This one is pretty sharp. These are from the beauty supply store for like $2. You're going to need a braid gel. So this look real dusty, but this is the one I'm going to be using for right now because I ran out throughout the week of my favorite ones. But that's just what we're going to use right now. This is okay. This one is okay. And then you want to use what's this called? A gel wristband. Yeah. So they have these on Amazon. Mine is from the Dope Collection. And then, of course, your clips, scrunchies, all that stuff. Ooh. The lighting look good on there? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so starting off, you want to start with freshly washed and blow-dried hair with no products, because if you add products in, then your braid gel won't stick onto the hair and it won't lay it flat, or it will become like oily and it just won't lay properly. And it will feel wet. Like it will make your hair feel wet. So something that I just started doing is using these to grab my gel out of the jar because cross-contamination. So we use these now instead of our fingers because you don't want to keep dipping back in with your finger and, just use one side. And then if you run out, use the other side to get the gel out. All right, so we're going to take our gel and put it on like that. And these are real cheap. These are like maybe $5, $6 from Amazon, or you can get them in bulk, or you can get them from like Alibaba, AliExpress for like, I don't even know, like 50 cents or something like that. And you want to make sure your hands are clean starting off. Go wash your hands. If you're a mobile braider too, make sure you wash your hands before you start. And make sure you wash your hands after, because you don't want to put no bacteria into your client's head, and then you don't want anything that your client might have in their head to cause some disruption in your fingertips and, cause infection. Yeah, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. The nail just grew back. It's right here. Yeah, it took about 4 months to grow back, but it's back. All right, so I'm not gonna be parting out the whole head. I'm just gonna show y'all how to part, like how to get a clean part, how to start your braid, how to braid down and add hair, and how to seal the braid. But this isn't a class about parting and all that. So I offer sizes small, medium, small, medium, large, and jumbo. So today I'm gonna be teaching y'all small, medium, and large. So I use the ear as a guideline. So starting right here is like my guideline of how many rows I need to put on the bottom of the nape, and then how many rows I need to put on top. So for right now, for small, I usually do 3 rows under the ear. For medium, I do 2 rows under the ear, and then for jumbo or large, I'll do either 1 or 2 rows under the ear. So we're gonna start off with small, and we're gonna do 3 rows under the ear. How's everyone's day going? Did you guys enjoy New Year?
I feel like I'm the only one in the chat, but
Right, it's okay.
I had a good New Year's. So I have a twin, and she came down for Christmas and was sick. So I spent my time isolated from everyone just to make sure I didn't get sick.
That sounds fun. Isolation.
Yeah, isolation. COVID again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. So when you're starting off with the nape, you want to add product on the bottom and the top of the row. So go ahead and add that product on the bottom, but you don't want to add too much because you don't want the hair to turn white, but you want to add just enough to where it will slick the hair down. Does that hurt? Okay. I'm just doing a little bit of filling. All right. So the hair does not have to be drenched in product for your braids to lay. The less, the better. All right, so I'm gonna part off the first row. So you're gonna do your initial part, and then you're gonna do your cleanup part, and then your perfection part. So this is the initial part, and it's already crispy, you know, except for this one part right here. So yeah, this is the initial parting. And then for the cleanup part, you want to add a little bit of product to the part and a little bit of product, like that much. And you want to just perfect that part. Well, clean it up. So this is basically the perfection part when you go in and make sure it's clean, work the product in. I see that. Crispy. All right, so now we're gonna start the knotless braid. So for size small on the nape, it really depends on the size of the client's nape. So for small, I'll do 1, 2, 3. How many did I do before? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're just gonna say 5. So we'll do 5 on the nape, and then the second row will most likely have 5 too, and then the third row will have 6. And you want to just go like that and make sure everything is brick layered. But we're only gonna be focusing on the first row. So you can do pre-parting, just part it off, just to make sure everything is even before you commit to the braid. Yeah, I still think you did 4 before.
Yeah.
So now that we have everything pre-parted, just clip everything away. Sometimes I like to start in the middle. Sometimes I go from right to left throughout the entire head. It just depends. It's so gloomy outside. Maybe that's contributing to my vibe. Yes, definitely. All right, so with the size small braids, I take just a pinch of hair. So like this is about how much I use for my small braids. And when you're adding in the hair, you just want to add to whatever fullness you like. But there's no certain amount of hair that you need to be adding into each braid. It just really depends on the fullness. If you want it super flat and skinny, then you'll add in less hair. If you want it a little bit bigger and fuller, you'll add more pieces in. So I'm gonna just start off with this size, and I'm gonna separate about 5 pieces. When you pull up to your client, or if your client's pulling up to you, you want to make sure you have the hair prepped already, just so we not sitting around, waiting around. It's just more professional that way. Cause why I pull up and you still trying to get ready? Like, All right. What time is it? Kind of time myself. Time management. Yep. I put your head down just a little bit. Okay. So we got our hair, and we're gonna put the product on the top. And when I say a little bit of product, like barely any product, do not think that drenching the hair is going to make the hair lay flatter. So you want to put it on the top, the bottom, and the sides. And then comb it through. So to start off the braid, you want to part it into 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. You want to take your right pointer finger and thumb and grab the right side. And then, wait. Bro, this part be messing me up. Okay. So take your right pointer finger and thumb on the right side and put it, but wait. Wait. Okay. It's so hard to explain. Okay. Because I just do it with like just muscle
You
memory.
usually say like cross over the middle
Yeah.
to the right.
Okay. So use your left hand for the left side. You're going to use your right hand to grab the right side and the middle. So I'm right-handed, so I always start off with my right side. So to start off the braid, we're going to take the right side and put it under the middle and grab it with the left hand. So take the right, under the middle, grab it with the left. So now the middle's on the right is in the middle. Now you want to take the left, bring it under, and grab it with your right hand. And then make sure you're keeping everything tight. Now we're gonna do it again. Bring the middle over the right, wait, the left over the middle and to the right. Yeah. So that's like the start of the braid. Does that make sense? Because that was a little rough, but let me know. I'm gonna do it 2 more times after this. So now to feed in the hair, you're basically gonna lay this over top of the middle and the right. So just like that. Keep your finger on it. And then you're gonna do the same thing. Right, under, and to the middle. Left, under, into the middle. And now you have this piece right here. Got your 2 strands right here, and then this piece. So now you want to add in another piece on this right side. Put it over top. Right, under, into the middle. Left, under, to the middle. And then braid down. I'm gonna add in another piece. Just go with the flow of what you think looks best. If you want to make it bigger, make it bigger. But don't add bulky pieces in like at the root. Start off with smaller pieces and then just work your way down. So as you're braiding down, you want to make sure your client's hair is blended with the braided hair. So add product, comb it through, and keep braiding down. Braid a little wrap. Okay, as long as it looks good on camera. Any questions? Does that make sense?
But I'm gonna need you to like.
It was breaking up. I can't hear you.
I said it made sense, but I'm probably gonna need you to go over it like one more time.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it 2 more times, so.
Okay, thank you.
So we want to braid all the way down to the end. As far as you can go. We don't want to leave like this much hair down. You want to braid all the way down to the end. If it makes it easier for you, this is kind of how I braid. I grab it with my entire hand and just use my fingertips to braid, but to keep the hair in place, I use my entire hand. Oh, you can look up. That's what my clients be. I be like, hold this braid real quick. They be holding it until I'm on the next braid.
Hold on 3 braids later, they still hold.
Right. So you can let go now. Oh, I'm fast. Don't play. The fastest braider out. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me chill out. I'm messing up a little bit. This be the part that makes the hands cramp and causes carpal tunnel. Trying to get the very end is crazy. Okay. So it's braided all the way down to the end.
Do you tie a knot at the end?
No. I just braid it. So if you use pre-stretched hair, you don't have to tie a knot. And if you braid all the way down to the end, you don't have to tie a knot. But yeah, I've just never done that. But when you seal it, that's what keeps everything together for me. But if you prefer to tie a knot, you can do that, but I just don't. So I just braid it to the very end until I can't braid no more. And that's pretty much what keeps it in place. But yeah, this is the braid. And this is my size small. My size small usually is a little thicker than this, but you know, size small braid. And everybody's sizing is different, but make sure it makes sense still.
And what length would you consider that?
What'd you say?
What length?
Oh, this is like mid back.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of the time, mid back is like the shortest length for the braided hair. So if it has like 3 different lengths, I think this one was like, what was this? 36 inches. That's gonna be mid back. When you get to like the 40, that's like lower back, and then like 50 and up, that's like butt length and longer. Yeah, this is the first braid. And we're gonna cut this out and do the second one. So this is size small. We about to do medium.
Yeah.
I'd be scared every time I cut it.
I got a question. How many times do you feed?
It really just depends on what the braid is looking like for you. So you mean like feeding the hair, right?
Yeah,
Or do you mean like at the root or at the bottom?
throughout the entire braid.
Okay, so I normally start off with 3, and then I just see if I need to add in more.
Mhm.
If they're getting like butt length, that's when you start adding in hair along the length of the braid. But I normally just start off with 3 and then see if I need to add in more pieces.
So if I'm doing jumbo, then the braid should get bigger as I go down. I should feed
Yeah.
more going down.
Yeah, but if you're doing jumbo, you're definitely gonna need to use thicker pieces of hair, so you might not need to add in as much as you would think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But we're gonna get there. So that was just the small. So we're gonna do medium and jumbo. And your client's hair doesn't have to be like straight. This is pretty straight. It doesn't have to be this straight. It can still be, you know, close to its natural texture. Just as long as you got like a good grip. That's all that matters. Your hair is so shiny.
Whatever.
Your hair is like black almost.
Really? That's what I was thinking. It's not dark brown. I could really get away with one color. Braiding.
Yeah. So for my size medium, I usually do 2 rows under the ear. So we just gonna make this part a little bigger. I'm like, art. Ew. Look at that. Before I even did the part. See, this is why you want to make sure your comb is kind of sharp, but not too sharp. You don't want to be stabbing them up, but sharp enough to get that crispy part without putting too much pressure. So same thing, we're gonna start off with a little bit of product, part the hair, go under, and we're gonna do the second part, the cleanup.
I know you were saying that you use the dope collection. What other type of edge controller gel is very good without the white caking?
Mhm. What do I use? I pretty much go between braid gels. I never really commit to one, but I like neat braid. I like the lock and I like lock and twist. Sometimes it's called lock and twist, right? Lock and gel. It's like black and red.
Mhm. But it's expensive.
It's expensive. It's like $26. I don't know
It's
who.
40 now.
It's $40.
The last time I was in a beauty supply store,
Bro.
it was 49.
They're tripping, bro. They're about to go out of business.
Unless it was just that specific beauty supply.
I don't know, but it's like it's really good, but it's not good enough to be charging $40. Like it turns white, but you got to know how to use it. Like you can't, like you see right now, I'm letting this product sit. You're not supposed to do that. I should have been combed it through, because when you let products sit, that's when it turns white. Or if you put too much, it will turn white. Or if you're starting off with hair that is not fresh and it might have some oil in there, some product, that's when it will turn white.
Or
So
when it's hot. Like,
yes,
heat it up. That's
yeah.
why you need that wristband.
yes. So you want to get a wristband, because when you put the product on your hand, the warmth from your body heats up the product and it will melt. So that will cause it to look like oil, basically. You putting oil on the braids instead of braiding gel. And also the temperature in the room. So if it's hot in the room, your product will melt. So I've been to some clients' houses and it's like 80 degrees in there, and I'm like, girl, you don't even know. Like your gel is gonna melt off in like 3 days if you keep it like this in here. But yeah, so you want to make sure the hair is properly prepped so you ain't gotta worry about the white residue. Now, some braid gel is gonna turn white regardless. I think that's really just in the formula for a lot of braid gels. But you can still prevent it, by starting off with the properly prepped hair. Like I'm testing out my braid gels right now, and this is the braid gel. This stuff is not, I'm not selling this. It turns white. Like it looks really good. It's pretty thick, but it turned white on too many clients. But lucky for me, I know how to hide it. So you won't see the white residue, but I know that there was white residue. But if you ever get that, you can go over it with mousse, oil, leave-in conditioner, and it will go away. But yeah, we're doing the little perfection part. Anything you want to add? Mm-mm. Go over that as many times as you need to, because the parts is gonna make or break it. You can have a good braid, but the part's not crispy, it's gonna look like they got their hair done 2 weeks ago. So yeah. So we're gonna part off for the medium size. And I just dropped the comb, but my floors are freshly mopped. But normally you should use a different comb or wash the comb off. But she be all right. All right, so for my mediums, I either do 4 or 3 braids on the nape, depending on the size of the nape. So for her, I would do 4, and I'm just pre-parting it just to show you like the sizing. So this is how it would be for a medium braid. And I'm gonna do this one. And you could tell that this is not a good braid gel because it's like oil, it's turning into oil. So it's gonna take a little while to really get that braid gel that you like. But once you get it, stick with it because they be out here playing games. So we're gonna put it on the top, sides, and bottom. Part the hair into, actually, I didn't even show y'all the size of the hair that you need. So for medium, you want to use about this much hair. Just slightly bigger than the small. Yes. If the client's hair is thicker or thinner, you will have to adjust how much you add in at the root. They might not need that much added in at the root if their hair is already really thick. So section into 3. 1, 2, 3. Bring the right under and grab it with your left hand. Like that. Bring the left under and grab it with your right hand. Make sure it's tight and do the same thing right under and to the left. And then this is when we start adding the hair. So I'm gonna start off with a slightly skinnier piece because her hair is not like super thick. So same thing, we're just gonna put it over the middle and the right, like that. And then grab it tight, right under and to the left. And then the left under to the right. And now I'm gonna start adding in slightly thicker pieces. Y'all see how that hair is like glistening? That's because this braid gel, it could be multiple reasons, but the braid gel is not good for one. But it also could be that it's old. I've had it for a minute. But
Let me put product right here too.
Hmm.
From the last one.
but even on the first one, it was like that. Yeah.
It still look good though.
Yeah. So you can see like the thickness. You want it to kind of start off skinny and then gradually get bigger and then get smaller at the end. So braid down and make sure you're smoothing in the client's hair. And then also make sure you are detangling the hair as you go down the braid, especially for if you're using anything other than, what is this, free tress or the expressions, that hair will get tangled real bad. But you want to make sure you're braiding down and then bringing your fingers down as you go. That. Make sure your hair is detangled. Oh, so The sizes of my pieces are different right now. This side is a little bit skinnier than these two. So I'm just gonna take some hair from this one and put it into the middle. Like that. And then just keep braiding. You can only do that with small pieces of hair though. You can't take half of the piece and put it in because it's gonna look like a lump. Make sure you're keeping the same tension as you braid down. Keep the braid tight. And make sure you braid all the way down to the ends. With the hair being pre-stretched, that just makes it easier for the hair to stay in the braid. Because if your ends are blunt, it's not gonna stay. It's gonna unravel. I think it's cramping. My hands hurt so bad. Make sure y'all take care of yourselves too. Because it's gonna be painful. So this is my size medium. The parts of the you know, it's okay. So yeah, you can see how it starts off small and then it gradually gets bigger and then it gets skinny again at the bottom. So any questions about medium? Or are y'all getting the process?
I'm getting it.
Okay. All right, so now we're gonna do jumbos. Large/jumbo. I do. Yeah. Good. I'm trying to get a free trim. Okay, chop it all off. Yeah. Yes, your braid should be easy to take down. Like that's a big flex. Your braid's easy to take down. That means they were properly put in. All right, so for my jumbos or larges, I usually do just one part. And it's usually aligned with the ear, but I'm gonna do it a little bit under the ear. But that's not going to throw anything off. You need to adjust it with each client. You can't do the same thing on every client. So just slightly bigger than the medium. Okay, so we're gonna go in with some braid gel, clean up the part. You be having to wash your hair again? Why? Oh, yeah. Do you at least only wash the back?
Sometimes, but
Okay. Because I'm like, you washing your hair all over again?
I got that much hair washing.
But still, you be drying out your hair.
That's probably my problem.
It's okay. It's the last time. All right. So okay. All right. So for jumbos, large, I'm gonna just say jumbo. So I usually do 3 in the back, sometimes 2, because some people have like really skinny napes. So they only need like two braids back there, which is insane. But yeah, so we're gonna part that off. 1, 2, 3. So this is the side we're gonna be working with. Now for this size, check my percentage. All right, for this size, we're gonna be taking about this much hair. See, it's still not that much bigger because you don't want to just go in with a big old chunk of hair. So starting off with this size, a little bit bigger than the medium. And with the jumbos, you really gotta feel it out to see whatever size you want to get. I haven't even recording on my own. All right, so make sure the hair is detangled. Put the product on the top and the sides, bottom. For jumbos, depending on the thickness of their hair, you might have to add in hair in the middle. I mean, add in gel, like part it right here and add some gel in the middle. Smooth everything out. Part it into 3 sections. Bring the right under into the left. Bring the left under into the right side. Right under. And then add in here. Let's turn it white, y'all. So yeah, you kind of just want to fill out with the large. See how thick you want it.
Fall asleep. Yeah.
Don't be ripping y'all clients' hair out the root. Be gentle. You said get up.
Yeah, I'm talking about the get up.
Oh, we got it. Yeah, so this is my jumbo, large / jumbo. It's more large than jumbo. Yeah. What comes after 7? Yeah. So again, we're gonna braid all the way down to the end. Any questions? I'm gonna send everybody this video so you can just practice, use the video, look at it, study it, practice your braid.
Can you
I can't hear you, it's going in and out.
when you do the feed in part, can you do that like slow motion?
Can I do it in slow motion?
Cause I do like a regular, yeah, cause I do like a regular knotless braid, and I'm having a hard time like with the feed in part.
You said you know how to do a knotless braid, but you're having trouble with the feed-in part?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do another jumbo. Okay, so put product on the top and the sides. Not too much. Okay. So you get the parting it into 3. You're just having trouble with putting the hair in. All right, so basically I just start off the braid. Yeah, you hear that? So I start off the braid. I do it about 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And then that's when I start to add in the hair. So I put it over the right piece and the middle piece. So it's basically like you put it over the hair like it's hers. and then you just braid it really tight. And then you continue braiding. Like it's her hair. So then once you do that 1, 2, I did it twice, you'll have an extra piece of hair right here, and then that's when you'll add in your second piece. So then you braid 1, 2, and then normally I add in the third piece, and then from there, see how much I need to add in as I go down the braid. So put it over the top. Oops. So put it over the top of the middle and the right, like that. Use your thumb to hold it down. And then take the right, bring it over, and take the left, bring it over. And then bring it down.
Okay, that's perfect. I got it now.
You got it?
Yeah, thank.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'm not gonna break this one all the way down, but now I'm gonna prep my water. I should have had it prepped already. You should be prepping before you get to your last braid. Have the kettle getting hot, but because my kettle is somewhere in somebody's house, we're gonna use the stove. But don't use the stove, y'all. Just get a kettle. They're like $15 from Amazon, and they heat up and boil the water really fast. So I'm gonna do that, and while the water's boiling, I'll answer questions and just give y'all some updates.
That's what I need to do.
Body started hurting.
I need to be doing the bit.
Do you think that's cool? I've been jumping for 3 days. So I thought it's what you do that. Like white oil. Right there. Okay. I got my charger. All right, so I'm gonna be. Do y'all have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you braid your own hair?
Yeah.
And do you find it like more difficult than braiding someone else's hair?
I mean, only for the parts that like parting, because well, it is harder because you gotta be able to get back there like that.
Yeah.
or just braid this way. So
Yeah.
I just taught myself how to braid this way, so I can do my own hair. And the part's not looking too crazy, I don't think. But so I have an ebook available called Becoming a High Demand Braider. I won't say at the name of it, but I'm gonna send it to y'all for free. So Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that once we get off the call. I got some Chardonnay. Yeah, I hope y'all drink or no? Y'all not 21? Or are y'all 20? Okay, well, cheers.
I have a quick question. I have a few family members that are like mixed. How would I braid their hair the same? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say, it's like more difficult for me to grip that like silky or like straighter hair. Like,
Yeah.
would I braid theirs the same way you just showed us how to do?
Yeah, you would braid it the same way. It's just everybody's hair texture is different, so you might have to apply a little bit more tension when you're braiding down. But maybe start off with the hair just washed and air dried and detangled, but not blow dried straight.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because the texture is kind of what keeps the braids in, and then the more you do your braids, the more you'll be able to grip like almost every texture of hair.
Okay.
I sure did. Any more questions?
How does your mentorship program work?
So, okay, so I have like the sign up link on my book now link or my booking link, and basically we'll have two check-in calls for 4 weeks each week, and I'll give you assignments throughout the week, and I give you a private knotless braid class. I teach you how to gain clientele, how to create a booking link, like step by step creating your booking link, how to create content, how to edit. It's all the tea. So we'll have 2 Zoom calls a week, and then I'll be sending you text messages and also daily content ideas. I'll be teaching you how to leverage social media. It's a lot. It's all the tea. So yeah, so starting maybe March, because I'm still working on a full-on website. So starting March, that's when you'll have like the online courses to look at, and we'll still have our 2 calls a week. So it'll just be courses and then calls. So our calls won't be too long. I realized that with my other mentors, like before I had the videos prepared and everything, we were on the phone for way too long and my nights were gone. So this way you have the courses, the video courses, and you can watch them at any time. And, just text me like messages or whatever, questions, and then we'll have our calls twice a week. So it doesn't really interfere with either one of our schedules. Yeah, that water sounds like it's boiling already. It's a little hot though. So yeah, like I said, make sure I get a kettle. I got mine from Amazon. They're like $20, if that, like maybe like $14, $15. We just using the pot right now. Oh, got some air in my throat. So I've been seeing some people use a cup. You ever use the cup?
I use the what's the Kool-Aid with the
pitcher?
Yeah, pitcher. I used to use the pitcher. I used to put the hot water.
It's even auntie.
Yeah,
She's the auntie she's the auntie that we aren't anymore.
I use a kettle now, but I'm saying back in the day, I used to use.
Back in the day.
Back in the day when I was braiding back in the day, yeah. When I didn't really know too much about kettles, I warmed it up.
Yeah, we've had kettles forever, but
Yeah,
we didn't have the bright idea to to do that.
which is so much smarter. I kind of like the hot water in the pitcher. I feel like I can get all the braids in there.
Yeah, that's true. But you could also get a bigger kettle.
Yeah, because the pitcher and waiting for that hot water is real crazy.
Yeah, especially that big old pot, like
Oh,
a big old
yeah.
pot.
For sure.
Okay, so I got my water in the cup. Just imagine that this is a kettle. So to seal the braid, this is where you add in all your products. All the products that the client should not have in their hair. This is when you add them all in. So you'll go in and oil the scalp. Wait, what? Okay. So this is where you go in and add the products. So oil the scalp, add in leave-in conditioner on the braids. Don't drench the head, but you know. So most of the time I'll go in with a leave-in conditioner. I don't have a specific brand that I like. I just use whatever. This is a leave-in conditioner. It's by Even. And then you want to have a mousse. This is Vigorol. This is the only mousse that I use because it's really thick and it's gonna lay flyaways because we don't want to cut flyaways away. Because when you cut the flyaways away, you're slowly cutting away the client's hair. And then they're gonna come back to you bald headed. And then you can be like, what happened? Another thing is when you dip in the hair, you don't want to dip the entire braid. You want to stop the water where the client's hair starts. So client's hair is right here. You only want to dip it to like right there. I don't care what nobody say. These people be dipping it all the way up to the root. Don't do that because you are literally boiling the client's hair off. And the whole point of braids is to protect the hair. So be careful with that. So this one I'll go in. Leave-in conditioner. And then I also have an anti-itch spray that I spray on the scalp sometimes. Once again, don't drench the client's roots. Just spray just enough to where the product gets on there and then let it be. So with the mousse, you don't want to put it on the roots either, unless they have like extra small or small knotless. But we don't want the client's hair to revert back at the roots. So I put it on my hands first. And I'm only gonna take a little bit because it's only one braid. But you want to have enough for the entire head of braids. And then you just want to work it in. And then I go in with my Got To Be spray. And I use this just to help lay down the flyaways. So I don't spray it on the root, I only spray it on the braid. And then work it in. This also helps for the mousse to kind of like set in. So now to the dipping. I'm gonna take my kettle. And you want to have a towel ready. Make sure your client provides the towel if you're mobile. You're not trying to be washing towels every day. And then, so when you're dipping, you want to do like 2 dips. So the first dip is just to get the whole braid kind of wet. And then the second dip is to straighten out the bottom of the braid. So first dip. So the bottom of the braid is already straight, but most of the time it ends up crinkled because of the bottom of the kettle. Bottom of the kettle pushes it up and crinkles it. So you would go back and just dip the end, the very end. And that's how you seal the braid. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go in and add some fire to the hair. I know y'all be seeing in videos and they be setting these people hair on fire. You don't need to do all that. The braid is set. Yeah. If you braid it all the way to the end, the braid is set. It's not going nowhere. And yeah, that's it. Any more questions? Is she clapping?
Oh, that's funny.
No more questions? If not, we can get off and I'll send y'all the link for the ebook.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
I see that you have box braids as well. I just want to know what size is yours?
These are jumbo.
And you have how many in the back and how many in the front?
I have 1, 2, 3 in the back. And then I have one. Wait, one. Okay, so I have 6 in the front and then 3 in the back. So 3 on my nape and then 6 along the front right here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. For my smalls, I'll have 12 along the front. For my mediums, I'll have 8 to 10 in the front. And then for jumbos, I have 6 in the front. Any more questions? All right, thank y'all for joining. I'll be sending y'all over the recap or the replay of this video and the ebook. Thank y'all so much. This is a small group. This is the smallest group I've had so far, but this is the last live one. So from now on, it's going to be replayed.
Gotcha. Thank you for your time too.
Thank y'all for joining. Thank you. I hope y'all
Thank you.
learned a lot.
Thank you.
All right.